can tell you how I had let 'em rest in peace.
A little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth. No financial advice. It's my boy Drake. It's so nice I had to play it twice. That's what it is. Welcome back, guys. Got plenty to go over tonight. I know you're wondering, what the hell could we talk about tonight? We're stuck on repeat in this world. We're just stuck in the Matrix. We're just stuck in the Twilight Zone. No, I don't know. I'm not stuck in it. I'm always looking at the market saying, I see the cracks. Hey, guys, there was a huge crack today. I don't know if you guys know about it. Okay, so I'm going to talk on me. I don't know about you. I pay attention to different things. So back in the day, right? Like, oh, let me go pull it. I don't even have it up here. Watch this. I got to Google. I got to hit some stuff. Hold on. I hit the wrong button. Here we go. So I go to Google. Let me do this right now. So there's this company called, oh, you know what? It's, I'm going to go to Google real quick. It's called United Wholesale Mortgage. My baby. Okay. So when I first bought my home in California, the actual mortgage company that carried our loan was UWM, United Wholesale Mortgage, okay? And they sold it, right? Within like a year or two, they already took it off to another mortgage firm. This happens all the time. Don't care. Today, just today, guys, massive. United Wholesale Mortgage plunges 35% after suspending dividend and raising capital. Now, they went from $6 this year all the way down to $1. When the number one wholesale mortgage lender in America is crumbling and looking for a bailout, they found the bailout. They got a $2 billion bailout. They could have called GameStop. No. They went ahead and got a $2 billion bailout from Oak Tree Capital, private equity. And they shouldn't. UWM owns the Phoenix Suns. UWM is the largest, like I said, the largest mortgage company in America, okay? There's after the biggest U.S. mortgage lender suspended its dividend, and this is their chart. So, guys, whenever I tell you guys there's signs, there's signals out here, this is it. This is a massive signal that something's going wrong. Like either people are defaulting, people are not paying their mortgage, or maybe whatever they lent their money out to is upside down. But they got a little bailout here, a little window to breathe. But this is just the first crumblings and cracks that I think you guys should see and know about. Awesome. Gotcha. Now, this guy here, his name's Dash. I don't know Dash. He's in our Discord. And I've never met Dash. I've never talked to Dash. And I'm not going to do this justice by reading it to you guys the way I am, but I'm going to do my best, okay? This is Dash's comment to me today in the Discord. And it said this. It said, Marantz Rantz. I'm newish to your content, and I never used YouTube for GME information because of the cesspool and crappy creators that took advantage of shareholders over the years. I'm very familiar with those. He relied on Twitter and Superstock, although the latter has become obviously compromised. So glad the algorithm recommended your videos to me. Dash later on, he went on to write, loving what you put out, and I just want to say your message yesterday about being excited for the investment and just happy to get one day closer, just one day to take away the stress and the pain away from your wife needing to worry about money really hit home for me. And is what compelled him to hop on here and write me. I've been in here since January 2021, and that is my main motivating factor as well. Not the shiny objects or the flexing, just the ability to ease the suffering of the day-to-day struggle for my family and my close friends. I, too, have educated myself on the markets over the last 5 years, not to the level that you have, but your breakdowns have been very helpful on the numbers side of things. Seeing your videos, I feel less alone in this investment, which has been the hardest thing to do. Filtering through misinformation, FUD, and shills every single day during the turnaround. Thankfully, the hardest part is over as the company's fundamentals will only go up from here. Thanks, Marantz. So that right there, this message here was the best message I've ever received on Discord. I've received a lot of messages in my years. But that one right there really touched my heart because what it means is somebody out there understands what this channel is about. We're about getting through these tough times, these tough days when the market is telling you that you don't understand fundamentals, you don't understand investing, you're seeing it all wrong. We bring you back down to earth. We tell you you're going to be okay. You're seeing it the correct way. They're just not pricing it correctly. You might feel like you're going insane. You're not. Things are improving. Other things are cracking around you, but things are improving. We are going to go over some additional numbers today because I want to point out just how inept eBay is. It's masked. It's hidden. It's right there in front of you. If you can see it, the lack of controls in eBay costs them hundreds of millions of dollars a year. And I'm going to show it to you and I'm going to prove it to you. And it's only getting worse. And no one knows this part. So I'm happy to do that for you. The next thing I'm going to tell you is we're going to go over some of these up-to-date numbers on GameStop. Now, GameStop here, the website, they're approaching 60,000 cards online. They're at 59,554. I told you, all of these cards at any given time could be plugged into the machine and or put onto eBay. We are preparing ourselves for the biggest exodus of what they think the story is in the narrative of GameStop. We are going to leave that far in the dust. We are prepared. We have the inventory. We have the ability. And all we have to have is this transaction happen. Now, the best part about the transaction, buying eBay, right, for GameStop. A lot of you guys know GameStop owns 9.8% of eBay. And eBay's buying back shares, and eBay's paying out dividends, and GameStop's they're benefiting from that investment, and they should. They're up over $800 to $1 billion on the transaction alone. So to make $1 billion in a quarter in the transaction in this last 6 months, it says a lot. But deploying capital and seeing your investment return unrealized gains is one thing. Having cash and being fluid is what GameStop is moving forward over these last 2 quarters. So once this second quarter gets announced, yes, we're going to be excited. But that's not it for me. That's not where I'm at with it. I'm way above it because these last 6 months of the year, all the way till when it actually gets announced in March, I think everyone needs to prepare themselves for what's happening. I tried last night. I tried to tell you what what it's going to be like, but I can't even wrap my head around it. Because when GameStop shows $2 billion worth of profits for the year, people are going to come over and say, oh my God, we need to give them more money. And more money is going to result into more profits because they're running it correctly. And whether they're cleaning up the sheet and showing you a more nimble company and a more profitable company, great. You got to have a plan. You got to be able to orchestrate that. But the blueprint is given, and hopefully we can sell that blueprint and the idea of it. That's exactly what Berkshire Hathaway did. Yeah, you had to take a couple of companies down yourself and run them yourself. You don't have to do it on all of them. If we can just sprinkle a little and hire management teams the right way, then maybe Ryan will get his life back. But until then, invest with GameStop is my opinion. That's what I'm doing, and I'm going to increase my investments coming up very soon. I'm planning that out as well. Here's something for you. Here's some food for thought for everyone. So GameStop has a website. They have all these cards going on, all the inventory in the world. And I want you to see this. I went and pulled this recent poll. I want to have this discussion with you guys because someone in the comments of the videos taught me something, and I'll always let you know. By the way, 6 minutes of the cards at the bottom, I add up to $3,000. Yeah, it was awesome. I hope a store can sell like these damn websites selling. So here's the recently pulled, and you'll see we recently pulled 600, 700, 800. I could count it all if you want me to. 800, 900, 975, 1075. About $1,200 right there. Okay, in the last 5 minutes. Not bad. Not a big number, but it's consistent. You know what someone told me? That these are not all the pulls from the website. And I was like, well, how do you know that? How could you tell me what all the pulls are? And he said, go look at the big pulls. Like, when it comes to baseball, I'll give you an example of baseball. To have a big pull in baseball, anything over 2x of what you paid, right? So this one right here, 145 on a $25 pull. And this was in the last 7 minutes. But if you go to recent pulls, there was one baseball pull and what else? Nothing else here. So for them to show me a baseball pull in 7 minutes, it said they had 2 big pulls. The last two, $25, were here and here. This pull here and this pull here. According to the math, the algorithm wouldn't give you the big pull. Like, how can I explain this? If I went to gold right here, this is $1,000 pull for $100. Do you know when you actually get $1,000 pull, how many pulls you have to do? If we go here in the last X amount of minutes, whatever it's going to be, which ones are 100 pulls? Which one was 100? Any of these? One. So one was there 5 minutes ago, and not another one. Yet we have a pull for $1,000. So like, the whole point is that if they actually showed every single pull, you would see what the percentages are, the actual percentages of big pulls versus just pulled. So somebody was doing some math and they messaged to me and they said, hey, you're probably only seeing 1/5 of the actual recent pulls. There's probably a whole lot more than that. That made me start thinking. That got me excited, because if that's the case, then maybe they're doing 10,000 a minute, something crazy like that, and maybe it's hundreds of millions for the quarter. And quite possibly, we don't know. We don't know, and I'd like to know. But if this is a full engine running, they just launched a quarterback only package today, which is cool. But that's what we're talking about. Did I speak on it enough? The incentive package for these pulled cards. So GameStop created a loyalty program for power packs. If you spend over $30,000, $60,000, $100,000, $500,000, $2 million, $4 million, I don't forget what the tiers are, but you get certain cards and certain things. You get VIP white glove treatment, you get free shipping, you get everything. So they created a points program for power packs. And so people are going to be avid power pack spinners if they're doing $125,000 a month. And it's all for a month. Like, it was like, do $2 million and you get X, Y, and Z. You get stuff for it. So who knows how crazy it's getting? I'd like to think it's getting crazy for August. And for them to launch that in August, that rewards program and these promotions, it just tells you one thing. This is what it tells you, okay? That you're going to see a number come quarter two, and everyone's going to see that number, and they're going to be like, okay, this is what Power Packs is worth. And people are going to try to project what they're going to do for the next quarter. And you can't project it. You can't, because now you have incentives to do more. You have promotions, you have discounts, you had the national, and then you have this whole rewards program put into place. So like every quarter, it's something new. That's what I love about GameStop. Even if it's increased grading charges too. Oh, we're back. We're open. Now we're open back up. So submissions are open, and it's at a higher rate, and it's at this, it's at that. We can take on bulk, whatever. These are all factors that I'm weighing when it comes to GameStop earnings. Why I'm so bullish and why I'm so excited. You make a difference every day, Amber. You do. Amber, can I share something with you? You have been here for 34 months. Is that not amazing? It's almost 3 years. I remember your first day, and now you're 3 years in, and you've learned so much, and you're probably fearless. I remember when you couldn't invest, when you were tied up on money, and you're like, I can't do it right now, and you probably felt like you were missing something, like we're going to miss out on this run, and like a lot of you guys, I got to get it all in, and the growth and the education and the dedication by you and everyone around you. It's not just me, guys. I don't want the credit that way. I don't want you guys being like, yo, Marantz, you do this every day. Come on, man. You guys show up every day. I'd be nothing without anyone. So I'm just so thankful. And I hope you pray and you know that you make a difference in a lot of people's worlds. I don't know if you guys know the rule of 250. There's a rule out there, and the way of thinking is everyone affects 250 people in their life, whether positive or negative. So the one thing you want to do is give a positive impression on certain aspects, on things, because it can materially affect 250 people. So if we're at 15,000 people times 250, I'll let you think of how many people we could affect with this channel, with this investment, with this knowledge and this education. So some of you have passed on the good word and everything, and that's why we grow and that's why we show. But I just want you guys to know that, okay? They can have multiple big hits. I tried tracking the serial and Felt the Hat and Pikachu. Oh, the Felt Hat and Pikachu power packs have multiple copies. Yeah, there you go. I remember all that, Marantz. Gosh, the growth is amazing. Yes, ma'am. Wait till Logan Paul and the scalpers take a hit. Take a hit of power packs. Greatest wealth transfer to the coffers. It'll all happen. Can we start using eBay advertising dollars and their marketing dollars? These scumbags. I'm going to break it all down tonight. We got plenty to look at on them as well. The one thing I also want to show you is this. This was a passage in eBay's 10Q. It says, we have been the subject of activist campaigns in the past, and any of the actions and risk above may occur in the future. For example, on May 3rd, 2026, the company received an unsolicited, non-binding acquisition proposal from a third party, GameStop, Ryan Cohen. Although our board determined on May 12th, 2026, that proposal was neither credible nor attractive, and to date, no changes to that proposal that would alter our board's view have been proposed. We cannot predict whether the party or any other party will take further actions. No, you cannot, but you damn well know that we will. Now, here's what I was getting into before I got into all that. Ryan Cohen posted to you guys, you GameStop investors, if you guys were reading, we did an 8K, and Ryan said that he had more details to follow when they pulled his equity offering off the table. His compensation package. And he says, and I will follow up with details this later on this week for the acquisition of eBay. And if you notice, he didn't do that. And Ryan's not a liar, but I think that now that there's development with this investment, I think he's not allowed to tell you the details just yet because they're crossing the T's and dotting the I's. This has nothing to do with eBay's management. See, here's the thing, guys. When you file and you want to make a real offer, as they would call it, a credible offer, NDAs are signed, and now GameStop gets to investigate eBay's books to the dollar. They get to investigate every deal they have, every contract they have, and that's why you actually write up a letter of intent with the representations and warranties. Because you get to go in there and say what you're handing off. And if you're doing your due diligence, like I assume GameStop is doing at the moment, then that's why it's taking so long for them to communicate the details of the transaction. But Ryan Cohen said that he's invested $500 million of his own money and that everyone else is coming along for the ride, that he's had some traction and some interest. You don't pick $2 billion of share buybacks. You don't do that out of the clear blue. And when eBay just happens to have the same $2 billion that's earmarked for share buybacks. The bylaw states is the same verbiage. GameStop now has initiated this 35 VWAP window for a company that's coming in to get 13.5% of GameStop. So if you read Larry Chang's tweet last night, he said, debt holders. It kind of spoke two different ways because I was reading it, and it said that if you're holding debt, the downside risk you want it to be eliminated by, converting and getting shares so that you could run up, and that's just reassurance in their mind. But there was no real downside risk considering it was a 0% bond for GameStop. I think about upside, what people don't want to miss out on, but Ryan wouldn't be awarding shares on the transaction itself if there wasn't a bigger plan. Now, I know people are saying the knee-jerk reaction thing is to buy back shares at the very bottom, which he very well could do, and it's a net profit. Remember when we first got here at GameStop, we only had $1 billion. Really, it was like $500 million, but they ended up having a $1.1 billion after their equity raise of the ATM of somewhere in June, July of 2021. We have $1.1 billion. As we fast forward to when it was time to raise capital during the next squeeze of 2024, which we did do, we, GameStop, issued shares, and a lot of them, from 304. Our float was 304 million. We took it all the way to 448 million. So we issued that many shares and got dollars from. Now it was in a couple of different. Like grooves there, because someone came in for a smooth 400 million for 20 million shares. So that was at $20 a share. They just came and go, here's 400 million. We want in. So like Ryan was doing direct deals, right? These what I call pipe deals. They were private investments to public entities, and he was allowing people to get in. Then when he presented the bond, it was a little different because, securitized debt is different. You get cash and there's no premium to it. So either you're giving me the cash and I'm going to get you exposure to our company within the year because we're going to be announcing better and better and better earnings. Who knew that Wall Street was never going to give GameStop any appreciation in price? Ryan probably did. The way Ryan did it was, hey, they don't want to buy it, but Ryan's willing to give shares to someone for 13.5%. Ryan just bought in $40 million, $20 million this past year. In January, he bought in $20 million, 10 and 10 back-to-back days at $21 a share. So I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's us, I don't know if it's him, but whatever it is, Ryan's not going to get caught off guard here by taking fractions of each tranche. $1 billion off of this one for 2030 and $400 million off of this one for 2032. It's as if they already had committed prior. Like, hey, here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to do it. And then, this GameStop deal is independent. GameStop eBay deal is independent of what GameStop's doing. If we can make GameStop bigger and better, like I'll give you this example. 2 years ago, GameStop had $1 billion of cash, $930 million cash, and they were coming into their own, and they made a profit for the first time ever, $6 million. And the stock was $10. And I was like going crazy. I'm like, this is not possible. But it was possible because it happened. And what if GameStop went ahead and netted out $5 billion? The net $5 billion cash, no debt at all in the books. They paid off all the bondholders, gave them equity, gave them shares. Who cares what the share count is at that point? They got $5 to $6 billion cash in the books, and they make $1 billion to $2 billion a year. I mean, what would that company be worth to you? Does anybody know how to give that value? There's a thing that I call the SOAP. I don't know if you guys know the SOAP. It is the sum of all parts. So sum of all parts is a thing that I started saying like 3 years ago of how I wanted to value GameStop. And at the time, the sum of all parts was not nearly what it is today. And the sum of all parts would be something like this. GameStop has $3.8 billion in sales. They're up 1.5%. There's one variable, one metric that you're going to measure. Measurable. GameStop has a current ratio of 12x. GameStop has a PE ratio of 14. GameStop has a free cash flow ratio of 11. GameStop makes $763 million a year. As of now, it will be $2 billion. GameStop owns 10% of eBay. GameStop has Ryan Cohen as the CEO, chairman of the board, and all of them work for free. GameStop is institutionally held and or insider held, much larger than most companies. Their insiders hold a lot of shares. 10% of the company is held by insiders. Retail owns a bulk of the company as well. The sum of all parts. This is good stuff to have and listen to. So Bitcoin, $500 million to spend on Bitcoin. And what's the value on that? Some people give you fair value at 350, 380, 400. Who knows? We'll get somewhere close to there to keep going up. We got plenty of time. We got a lifetime. And so the FUD rolls out, right? The FUD machine is rolling out right now. Bitcoin's terrible investment. Pokemon cards are going to get regulated. The market's going to come crashing down. There's an AI bubble. Who's going to pop it? All right, Dr. Michael Burry says we're at the top. Jamie Dimon just came out and said it today. JP Morgan says someone's going to get corrected. Someone's going to get caught out here. Someone's over-leveraged. You wonder who it could be, right? I don't wonder because I don't care. It's GameStop only. GameStop is the one thing that people have to understand is going to rock this world. Let's look at this really quick, okay, guys? We're buying a company that they think is a great company. I was told that this is a good company. Oh, by the way, this, you know what? Let's look at this. This is good. So the S&P call option volume hit a record 4 million contracts. Okay, it broke the record of all time. You guys have any? If people see this and they say it's bullish, they go, hold on. People are betting on the market. It's going to go up. Everyone gave it. Listen, this is how I think a crash is coming. Everyone gave it a 10, or what do they say? 9,000 is the price target now for the SPY. SPY's going to 9,000. That's the new target. Everyone's buying calls, right? Okay, so in the world of thinking, in the world of being a regular person, when someone tells you it's going to 9,000, where's it going? It's actually going down. They're trying to get people excited to go buy into it. Like they told you to go buy SpaceX, right? Okay, cool. SpaceX just opened up like, I don't even know. Was it 1 billion shares? Something crazy is their float now. Doubled overnight. Because now those shares are eligible to trade and sell. Got you. Everyone's taking their money. So they're telling me to buy this market. And when I go and look at options, it's the highest it's ever been. It's a record. You've never seen that many call options. Do you know what call options are, guys? If you haven't lived in the school of us, of GameStop and the hard knocks here, call options are security. They're the hedge. Let me tell you how this works, okay? Matter of fact, I'm going to show you. All right, cool. So, in the world of investing, some people think the SPY, most call options ever on the SPY. And they go, SPY is at today. What was the price? I don't want to get it wrong. What was the S&P today? I have it over here. The S&P is 768, 760, the biggest it's ever been. Look at it. Look at this. All-time high. Can anybody make sense to this? Make sense to this? All-time high. The market. Is it safe to assume that the Mag 7, as I look at it, we'll start out with NVIDIA. Is NVIDIA at an all-time high? Guys, the market's at an all-time high. Is NVIDIA at an all-time high? I don't think so. Right? Okay, cool. Apple. Is it at an all-time high? No? Okay. Amazon. All-time high? Nope. Google. All-time high? No. Meta. Absolutely not. Microsoft. Microsoft might be. Microsoft is at an all-time... Oh, I lie. Nope. Maybe we should go to the weekly, and then we'll really see what it is. Okay, so it's not an all-time high, Microsoft. Meta's definitely not an all-time high. Google's not at an all-time high. Amazon's at right there. Oh, yeah. All-time high on Amazon. Got you. Apple. They're battling, but they're really not. We get that. NVIDIA, no, as well. Okay, got you. So the Mag 7 is not an all-time high. Yet the Russell 2000 is. So the broader sector is carrying the whole market. Do you know what that means, guys? Let me tell you what this means. This means that the breakout matter, it actually worked out here. This bullish pennant worked out in the S&P 500, but it can't work out for GameStop or any other company like us that runs off of this, a Dorito. This little Dorito was from June all the way to July, a 2-month Dorito, and it went to an all-time high. Listen, I'm going to explain this to you guys so you guys understand it like you're a 5-year-old. When they're telling you you're going to go to 9,000 points, okay? That's just a pie in the sky number they're trying to get you to buy. Right now, the SPY could be 780. Okay? In our case, SPX 7,800. I'm just ballparking numbers for you. So when you're up this high and they're telling you this is the price target, so they're giving you a price target. Therefore, you feel bullish about it. You come rush in. What they're going to do is they're going to buy calls at record numbers. Why are they going to buy calls? Not because they actually think the stock is going up, because they're going to go ahead and sell this whole market. They're going to crash the market. And when you crash a market, okay, when you crash a market, you have to have the hedge to it just in case. Your risk assessment officer is going to say, wait a minute, you want to sell this whole damn thing? Well, what if it goes the other? What if we're the only ones that sell the whole damn thing? Well, then you're the outlier. You're the one guy who sold it all and everyone else bought it and it went the other way. You didn't have any exposure to the top. You have to have the calls to have the exposure. It's how you hedge yourself. They're called hedge funds, guys. We didn't make up the name. When you're extremely bullish on a position would be to buy GameStop shares at $18 today. And calls. About 2 years out. Right, they're very expensive, by the way. But you would buy both and run it to the top because you're already at the bottom. This market's at the top, guys. They say they're going to keep going higher. I mean, well, how detached from reality do you have to be? We already saw the yen get saved. We saw the mortgage company today get saved. Why are people not talking about this? Did you guys even know United Wholesale Mortgage got saved today by private equity? Oh, wait, private equity saved it and you don't know about it? Because it's not headline news, right? Okay, good. My point being, hedge funds are hedging. And when you see call contracts being bought at the most aggressive rate ever for the whole market, remember, they're not contracts for SpaceX. It's not for NVIDIA. It's not for Apple. No, they're not bullish on one security. They're bullish on the whole market. Or are they hedging? It's called protection. It happened when, this is why the Trump trade matters. Trump went out here and announced tariffs are going to go into effect on this date. What did everybody do? They bought protection. Therefore, they bought puts on a market that was tanking. And as the market tanked all the way down, they made their money all the way down. They had the hedge. And they ran back up with it with the calls. It's very simple. Very simple. This is exactly what they've been doing for the whole year, last 2 years. It's disgusting. It pisses me off because every time it's, well, we got a ceasefire. I mean, how many conflicts have you ever seen have a ceasefire and not? Ceasefire and not. It's absolutely, they got more conflicts and ceasefire and not than the damn Korean War. All in a Strait of Hormuz, which is absolute bullshit. All to manipulate a stock market and your fuel prices. You guys want to know what's being proposed today? It's shit like this, man. Unemployment or minimum wage gets raised. Boom. Then they go, Bernie Sanders comes out and says, we want to do paid vacation 2 weeks for every full-time employee in America. You're going to force employers to pay paid vacation for 2 weeks? Well, then they won't have employees. They could barely afford the employees they have now. Now you're putting more onto them? What world do you guys live in? Do you guys know what they're trying to do? They're trying to crumble. They're trying to crumble private business, small business, so that the big boys can eat. That's all they're ever trying to do. You guys are writing a lot. I read it. Passion project against private equity and vulture capitalism. Yeah. So, what's my point? My point is people are preparing themselves for a downfall, a down round. I don't know when it's going to come, but it's going to be one of these tech giants. One of these companies is going to inevitably fall short on their commitments and their capex, remeasure what they think their outcome is going to be, and you'll hear it. You'll hear it before you see it. The random finance guy, thank you for the jewels. you're still banned in the Discord. Hang out in the chat all you want. You know what gave you away, Random Finance Guy? This is what I love about our guys that know. For whatever reason, you want to type with hyphens. That's how bots and AI type, with that little hyphen. Either learn how to use punctuation, or don't type at all. I gave it away. Did I just give it away to you? Scrub, man. Scrub. All right, so they're hedging. Okay. Let's talk eBay. This was a fun one for me today. Absolutely fun. People trying to tell me eBay's a great company. These guys are doing better. No. eBay has elements of Target. You guys know Target? I want to make this very clear. Target. The Target, according to Jeremy, who thinks he knows GameStop. I think they're buying Target. And I said, what the fuck? What did you say? Why would they buy a brick and mortar? Why would they buy a fail, come and lose $1 billion and shrink? No. I said, they're buying eBay. You remember that, Jeremy? Do you guys, everybody remember this? I said in January. They're buying eBay. Everybody looked at me like I'm crazy. Hi, I am. Remember, you act crazy. I act normal. It's tough. Now, we bought eBay. We're buying eBay. And I want to talk about eBay's failure. Not the good stuff. You know, everybody came out, they had good numbers, they had good earnings. No, they didn't. When you look at a company, let's look about the losses, not the gains. And the biggest thing I saw, the biggest imprint I saw was they turned on sales and marketing. They turned it on for the quarter, $697 versus $586. They turned it on to generate more revenue. Got you. That's the increase. If you didn't think Ryan Cohen had an impact on them, they literally cut out $65 million on SG&A. $65 million, because we know they did 416 the previous quarter. So to come out at 410 the previous quarter. So they did 410 compared to what number from last year? Because they're doing 100 million more than last year on SG&A. Yet, here's the difference. This quarter, now that Ryan's there, now that Ryan's in your ear saying, you guys spend too much money. What'd they do? They still spent the money, but generated profit, generated revenue. I apologize. But my biggest number that I'm looking at that people need to realize is this number right here. 271 and 167, respectively. The amount of transactions that are lost. They lost $271 million in transactions after two quarters. That means they're on pace to lose $500 million in transactions lost. Guys, transactions lost is fraud. They have a leaking ship. They have a problem. They were losing 4% of all revenue just last year. That number has increased all the way up to 5.9, almost 6%. You guys want to know the difference between winning and losing? That's the number. That's a controls issue. That's a management issue. When you allow your company to bleed, see, it's one thing to bring in revenue and bring in customers and bring it all in, but it's another thing to hold it up. I got to hold it up. I can't let it leak out. I got 10,000 new customers this year, but I lost 5,000. Did you get 10,000? No, there's no real growth. When you're losing transactions and it's $271 million, and it's only been 6 months, you have a problem, eBay, a massive problem. But what do I know? That's just one metric I want to give you guys to measure tonight. Another metric, I don't know if you guys saw this. You know, cards aren't dead. You see the Dallas Mavericks? The Dallas Mavericks are By the way, if you have this card, take the cash immediately. You could get hurt. You could do nothing his whole career. It's a very big possibility. The greatest point guard I ever saw play basketball. Better than Magic, better than Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was not a point guard, he was a shooting guard or small forward at times, but the best point guard I ever saw was Anthony Hardaway. And oh my, so sorry. Sorry, guys. Is that better? Is that better? Sorry. Yeah? Sorry, guys. I don't know. I hit it. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. Sorry, guys. What I said, and thank you for letting me know. You guys are quick. Thankfully, I'm watching. Okay, I was talking about the Dallas Mavericks. Did you guys hear me on that? I was talking about the rookie card. You guys there? About, okay, no? Where did I leave off at? Who knows? I was talking about, okay. Okay, the Cooper Flag card. Got it. There. So you're listening. Good job. All right, so listen up. So Cooper Flag, not the greatest. Could he be? He could get hurt. You know, I was saying who the best point guard of all time is. It's not Magic Johnson. It's not watching Kobe play as a shooting guard and a small forward, like killing it on the court, being a monster. No, it was Penny Hardaway. If you guys have ever taken the time to watch Penny Hardaway, his highlights, the way he played, what he did, he was 6'6", and he passed like Magic, dunked like Jordan, and he was an ultimate baller. Penny Hardaway was the man. You say things like was and not it, right? So here's my thing about Penny Hardaway. His cards are worth nothing now. But for a time there, he was the hottest player in the world. That's why I tell you, take the deal. You guys don't know the deal? Dallas Mavericks are offering for a Cooper Flag debut card that he has with a patch on it. He autographed. It's a one of one. Doesn't exist anywhere in the world. They're offering a tour of the facility, a shoot with the players, a photo shoot, a signed autograph, a picture, a jersey signed, game-worn jersey, and then at the very end it says, and 32 years of season passes in their lower bowl area, whatever. Two season passes for 32 years. Take the damn tickets? No. Do not take the tickets. Do not. I mean, what, you're going to take that risk of hanging onto that card? No, I take the tickets, bros, for the next 32 years, but I might not live 32 years. So I got to come out here and I got to sell them. I got to wheel and deal. We got to renegotiate for some courtside seats for the next 20 years. But I thought it was phenomenal because you know what it told me, guys? That they understand the value or the potential value of that card. That's what it told me. So, guys, this is here to stay. It always has been. We knew that. We grew up idolizing Willie Mays card, Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth cards, Lou Gehrig cards. You know, I remember my first card that I ever had that mattered to me was a Johnny Bench Hall of Fame card. I didn't know who the hell he was. I just liked his name, Johnny Bench. But that was the first card that I ever had, Jim Rice and Johnny Bench. And I'm telling you guys now, cards are here to stay. That's what I'm saying. Good. Take the deal. 32 seasons of season tickets, bro. Oh, it's a big number. That's all I can tell you. All right. So we're going to play out this next month. We're going to see any headlines we can see. I'll always tell you when there's cracks in the armor, like I did tonight about the wholesale mortgage. You won't hear that from anyone either, by the way. Signed game-worn jersey, too. Yeah, but bro, keep all that dirty, smelly laundry shit. Nope. Give me the card. I'll go sell it to someone who wants all that. And if you want all that, then give me cash. That's it. You want all that? Cool. Give me cash, and we'll figure it out. But we're gonna do our best here with the GameStop and what's coming up. I do have to get to GameStop this weekend. I'm planning on it. We're having a baby shower that we have to go to, and you know me, I'm gonna show up to this baby shower giving away GameStop shit. I don't care. People are gonna get GameStop stuff. So, people are still delusional here. Is it unplugged user? Hey, unplugged user, can you do me a favor? Because I would love to have a conversation with you. You come into the chat, you say something ignorant, which I'm used to that part. But I'm going to invite you to the show. And please, I read your comment immediately. Do not avoid it. Click on the link. Click on the link to join the show. There you go. I would love it if you could click on the link that I'm pinning to the chat right now. Since you wrote in the chat, you know how to write in the chat. And come on in and I'll talk to you. You're not allowed to come in here, random finance guy. I already blocked and banned you. You saying you want a shot at getting off the block list? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Okay. Let's see if I can get you. I don't even know how to do it. I don't even know where the block list is. Server settings. Let's see what it says here. Bans right there. Ooh, this list of bans is massive, dude. Oh my goodness. What's your name on there? Random finance guy, right? There you are. Okay. Okay, I unbanned you. Click on the link. I'd love to talk to you too. There you go. You're unblocked. So click on it. But I'm still waiting for unplugged, by the way. They never click on the link to speak because all they do is come in with the lame ass negativity. Oh, yeah, sure. Where'd that guy go? Unplugged right here. I see Stacks gave him a timeout. But we gave him the real timeout, Stacks. Let's see if he's a bot. I'll hop on. If he comes, what do you mean if he comes in? There's no I'll hop. You said you're gonna come voice verify with me. I opened it up for you for that reason. Now come on down. You're the next contestant on. We want to find out if you're a real GameStop investor. Oh, good. He says he's coming now. Pause. I'm waiting, bros. See if he knows how to. You know how I know he's a damn a bot? Because he doesn't know how to work Discord. That's the first thing. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Random finance guy, what's going on?
How we doing?
I don't know yet, bro. What do you got going on?
Turn on my mic. Nothing.
Oh, you're a real guy.
I'm a real person.
Oh, here we go. All right. You want to be on the show?
I'd rather not show my face, but if it helps, that's fine. I just want to be in the Discord.
Yeah, what kind of man are you, bro? You got to show your face. What's wrong with you? I show my face every day.
I'm here. You're right.
Here we go. So let's talk this out. Where are you from?
Born and raised in Washington, currently in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. So you're a Sooner.
No, I was in the military, and this was my last post. So I got
you.
stationed
Fort
here.
Sill?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. What'd you do? Were you artillery?
Yeah, I was at 13 Alpha.
Look at that, man. I must be a genius. I don't know. I got lucky. How long you been watching the show?
I would say at least since early 2024 is when I really got in, and I found you on TikTok. You used to just show up a lot on my For You page, and then you just stopped showing up one day, and I was looking at GameStop because obviously what you said was interesting, and so I found you on YouTube because you'd always point people to your YouTube show, and that's when I really started following you, and then I said in the Discord, I bought in mid to late 24, early 25.
Yeah, I got you. I read your
Yep.
story.
Yep.
Yeah, you're fine. So you're a real person. So I have a little bit more respect for you and patience for you. So
Well, I appreciate that. Like I said, I empathize with the fact that you take a lot of scrutiny. So I wasn't upset. I just wanted a chance to defend myself.
yeah, you're getting it right now. I'm good with that. My biggest concern is that you have a good camera.
I'm an accountant by trade. I run a cloud-based service, so I'm on camera a lot. So
Okay.
during COVID, I brought a really nice camera.
Yeah, that's good. I pay attention to a lot, just so you're aware. All right.
I feel that.
There you go. So you're invested. You watch the show. You know why I'm not on TikTok anymore, right?
I don't know why you got banned.
Yeah.
I figured it was due to I got banned out of the GME meltdown, but from
Yeah.
watching the way they talk about you and kind of harass you, I figured it had something to do with the mass report.
Well, no, it was more like I said the truth. So I said the truth, and then it happened. But what were you doing in the meltdown? How do you even know about that place?
So they came up on my Reddit. I got banned from there because I didn't realize that there was I guess I had a misunderstanding of what because they talk about open discourse, and so one day I said something about what they said. It made no sense. It didn't align with what we said, and I said something to the effect of like just because the market doesn't believe in GameStop, like how could you deny the numbers? Something along that effect, right? Like I'm an accountant.
Right.
I get the balance sheet. I get the profit and loss statement.
Sure.
That's just where I personally make sense. And then I got I can't type in there anymore. I got completely knocked out, and so they just constantly pop up on my Reddit. And at this point, I probably just not angry read, but I just want to argue with them because I just
Yeah, I got you. So what do you want us to call you? You want us to call you random?
You can call me random. Some
Okay.
people call me the tax guy. Some people call me Layer Bear. My name's Larry, and so you
Okay.
can call me Larry. Yeah.
Hey,
And so
Larry, you know
Larry
what? I have a newfound respect for you right now. It's getting better and better as I talk to you because I can kind of. Yeah, go ahead.
One thing I would say is you can Google me in the sense that it's just that's what I was going to say. Is I can send my LinkedIn page. I am not them, right? I'm not important in the world, and I said the
Right.
same thing in chat. But I'm not here to cause anyone trouble. Like I said, you guys are the only people who will see above where the price point is, and just when the price falls off a table, everyone's like, "Oh, see, it's a terrible company," and I'm just like, "Well, it can be more," and so that's why I was gravitating towards this. And
Well, it just got better, right? As the price comes down, it gets better and better. It's not that it got worse. The price of the security is not indicative to what the company's doing. There's no correlation. So
I agree with that statement. And if you see me looking down, I'm looking at the baby monitor, so I'm not looking at anything.
Oh, you're good. You're good. My next thing to you is I want to thank you for watching the show and finding, one thing it tells me about you, if you saw me on TikTok and then you come over here, it tells me that you're hungry for knowledge. So
yeah,
go ahead.
I found myself getting the cliff notes, and we've talked in passing, right? Obviously you don't remember a random person, but there's just I would always miss the meat and potatoes, right? And so I would say the connect the dots. I'm not nearly far enough in to speak intelligently about it, but you have more, and you just have a wealth of knowledge and due diligence really over 5 years, which is when I try to explain to people at least what I see, or I guess what I felt at a point. Because again, I really only know balance sheets and profit and losses, and a company that goes from negative 500, $500 million to positive $500 million. I don't know why that's not noteworthy. That being said, you bring a lot of context and understanding.
Yeah. You have to give context to swing profit. Certainly, even incremental increases would be recognized. And when it's one lump sum, it's people gloss over it, and that was blowing my mind. And then you're supposed to project, right? So the whole idea of investing is what they will do. And we can already project they're going to be north of $1 billion. And that should be priced in right now. And it's not.
It's priced in everywhere. I don't know how.
No, not here, though. I'm not here.
No, I agree. I just mean in the market and right. I would a 200 level investor. So I've seen these things, and I just watch and you've talked about this too. And I would say this is probably the only thing that I knew, quote unquote, before coming in was the Carvana, the circular financing there, and how they could just give so much credit worth, just value to this company when again, novice level investor can see this is, I would say, fraudulent. They say creative financing or creative accounting. And so But they give a ton of value there. And then we have substantiated turn of business model and then showed proof of concept over now 5 years. And we get nothing, right? And we, in the sense that I'm just a small investor, obviously minimal affiliation with the company. But yeah, I'm fascinated with it. Obviously, we aligned on interest, and when I found someone who's doing the actual deep dive, not like the what I get out of Super Stonk or GME, I gravitated. So I've been watching for a longer time. I jumped in and jumped out before. I thought that's why you banned me. I wanted to explain why I jumped out in the past. It's just I got too crowded on my Discord, so I backed out. But again, you're the only people that will talk to me about GameStop, so or at least non-things that aren't going to be on GME Meltdown. So,
well, in the right way. No, I got that.
Yeah.
I got that. Okay. So as of now, I'll throw you the olive branch, and you know that we are a tight-knit group. And
yeah, your mods were aggressive when I jumped in there. It was just like, they're like, test right now, show everything, screenshot.
Well,
I can appreciate it.
Those aren't mods.
Oh.
Those are just dudes. Those are just guys. The mods, we have a whole different chat. We have a secret channel that we talk in, and then we also have an OG channel that we talk in where it's people that I vetted, that I respect, and respect me back, I guess. But I want to thank you for sticking it out with, even seeing it through the FUD, because you probably have friends and family that don't see eye to eye with what you see. But at some point, you'd have to think you're the smartest man, right? Like, I think I'm the smartest guy that I come into contact with my family. They're not educated, they're not well versed, and they don't study every night. So when you tell them something and they still don't hear you, it's like, well, who's going to make the educated decision here if it's not me? Basically, it's like, you got to be the smartest man in the room, or are you just not going to explain it to them anymore? Are you frustrated to that point? So I've had that inner battle with myself, and that's why I show up here every night, so that I can get out the context of what's in my head. So I appreciate someone like you fighting for yourself and asking to come in and verify yourself. That says a lot about you. It's upstanding, Larry. It is.
Well, like I said, I appreciate giving me a chance. I appreciate being here. I won't cause any trouble. And like I said, I'm happy. Obviously, it seems like you're at least giving me a pass for the next 2 weeks, so that's good. I won't cause trouble, but happy to verify, show more things. Like I said, I'm again, no.
They'll call you out. You'll be fine. But you're a grown ass man, and they'll see that now. Yeah. And you turn on your camera, so that's half of it. I will tell you this: if you ever want to contribute to the information that we give out, if you see something that is not accurate, or you think that it's not going to be on par, keep it to yourself, because we're a damn cult and we don't care. I'm joking. We interpret everything, and then there's a lot of discussion that happens before you ever see something here online. Before I ever write it in a book, or before I ever do a video, those connect the dots videos were a lot of due diligence. And once you find the same theme, it's easier to see it again and again and again. So I just encourage you to keep watching and keep learning and do your best, brother.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. And if I can contribute, I'll do the best I can.
Well, you don't get to run off just yet. We got to know how many kids?
Crazily, I have one baby girl, and I have one on the way here in September next month. So my second's on the way.
So just girls?
We don't know the genders. We wait till the birth to find out. So I have one girl, and then we have one in the shoot that I don't know about yet.
Okay, cool. Well, if it's a girl again, that means you're shooting blanks. So you need to get a man. All right?
You're not the first person to say that, so that's hilarious.
Okay, you just do your best, all right, brother? And we're here for you. And you've been in GameStop for how long? Do you say the late 25, late 24, early 25? That's good.
Late 24, early 25. Yeah,
I'm okay with that. And then just keep grinding. You know our mantra: one share a day, Team 51. And welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate you.
No, thanks for having me. And then I'll step out.
Yeah, Larry, you're allowed to stay in the chat in the Discord, brother. We're not going to mess with you.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yep, enjoy. Well, that's how you verify. That's how you get along. That's how you explain yourself, and then you don't ever have to do it again. So it's really simple. Watch the show, enjoy it. Larry's an upstanding guy. Yeah, Ian Andrade, always trying to keep it real with you guys. Some people are curious. Some people go to the Meltdown to see things, hear things. 2 shares of GameStop or lunch. This is Dish. Oh, what's up, Vic? Wasn't expecting a shout out, but thanks for all that you do. Yeah, brother. Thank you for the support of the show and the channel. It's a huge support there. not to trivialize what Andrade just gave too. I'm very thankful for that. But I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. Yeah, I mean, unless Larry's the ultimate actor in the world, the only thing that I was worried about was his camera. That's it. Yeah, he might be a financial bro. He speaks to what's that dude on the show on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Is it what's the cousin's name? Will's cousin, Winslow. He reminds me of that. Like you're gonna go out there and just the Carlton. You out there just doing it. Hi there, buddy. Hi, jolly good fella there. Yeah, Carlton. Hey, you're a good guy. Never mind, bro. I'm messing with you. Oh, my favorite movie is Dead Poet Society. Loved it. It's a literary thing. He's an accountant, bro. That guy is intelligent, he's smart. Ugh. Well, you got some fans now, and you're going to have some friends, too, in the Discord, and welcome to it, guys. Team 51, we are the truth. We have, no new friends, no new people, unless you're really willing to be yourself. And speaks too proper? That's just who he is, man. You can't change it. I got up in here all drunk last time. I mean, I'm buzzing now too, but I need to get myself right before I go into the chat again. No, you don't, Jesse. Jesse, we look at you, we think you're just some drunk Hawaiian brother, bro. And when I talk to you and you can do this, hey, what's that, bro? I'm like, oh God, this guy you probably got to lay just round your neck every time you walk around. You're just a real down-to-earth guy, Marantz. If people aren't D-bags, they will resonate with you. It's easy to like you because you're not some bull. Appreciate you, bro. That's it. Some people watch the show with hate and with rage and with jealousy because they try to build platforms, Noisy Correx, Tony De Niro, and they don't have the authenticity to have a following and or even the due diligence that you have to have that dog in you. I have a vigor in me, right? Like I wake up and I just want to go get it. And if you don't have that, if you're not tenacious, it's going to show on all walks of life. It's something that I talked to my dad about today. My dad said, man, he goes, the one thing I like about you and Reek, man, he's like, you guys are grinders. You guys just go for it. You guys never stop working. I said, well, what else am I supposed to do? It's what my dad did his whole life, I embody whatever he's doing. There's not a moment of my day where I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to enjoy today. It doesn't work like that for me. And some I want to share with you guys because I woke up at 2:00 this morning, 2:30 to be exact. I couldn't go back to sleep. And I had watched a video, and it was about Tom Segura. Tom Segura is a comedian that I've never liked. I still don't like him. But I didn't know he was married. He's married to another comedian named Christina. And he was just pretty much like an ass to her the whole time. And she had just went through breast cancer or whatever. And she came out and announced last night on their podcast that they're getting a divorce. Yeah. And it messed with me, man. It messed with me because I heard it from her. And it was so broken where she was saying after going through sickness that she realized that she was measuring success based off of competing with her husband. And she was always trying to measure against men. She was a female comic. She was successful. And the truth is this, after she got over her breast cancer and she has two children, and what she realized was that the maternal instincts and duties meant more to her than success in a man's world. And that meant the world to me because I value my wife and her maternal instincts and the level of success that I've achieved professionally, she might not ever do. But it's because she sacrificed her life. She sacrificed getting a job that could provide a home for her and her daughter when she was a single mom. She said, I'm going to go get into property management. I get a free apartment. She was thinking about how she was going to survive and I appreciate that grit and grind from my wife, because even now we've been a one household income for like 9 months. I don't even know how long it's been, and it's been stressful. and I'm just grinding with her. But her maternal instincts kick in. She cooks dinner, she cooks and cleans, and she takes care of the kids, and she shops for them for school, and does everything that I don't do because I'm grinding all the damn time. Right? I'm one job here, one job there, and then I'm cutting grass, and I'm making videos, and I'm studying, and I'm playing games, and I'm doing my shit. Right? I'm not bothered with the rest of this world. I'm dad when it's time to be dad. When somebody knocks on the door, I open the door tough. What's up? Who is it? Like that's what I'm here for. I'm physical security. But this morning, after hearing the Tom Segura and Christina stuff all over the internet, I got enthralled with it because Tom's 47 now. He's making multi-million dollars and he's getting in shape. He's having a midlife crisis. He's going to start dating younger women. He's going to go at it. His wife just got over breast cancer. Like, now it's time to leave her after 20 years. And you know what she said? She said, well, we had a good run. 20 years of marriage, very successful. We had a good run. And I said, that's crazy. It's crazy to think like that. 20 years of marriage and then you end it is not a good run. That means it failed. So when I woke up my wife this morning, she drove me to work because my truck's in the shop. I'm not driving right now. My truck's in, and I looked right at her and I put my hand on her leg. And I said, honey, I got to tell you something. And she was like, what? I said, I just want to say this to you. Thank you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for being the right woman for me. Thank you for raising our family the way you do. Thank you for being successful in the maternal things you do. You guys all need to learn to take it all in. This investment has done that for me. This investment's not successful because we had a good 5-year run on YouTube or we learned so much in the last 5 years. No, it's the next 5 years and the next 5 years and the next 5 years. It's what we learn from this and how we apply it. So I thank you guys. I'm open to anything. Random finance guy. I'm open to meet you again, to meet someone for the first time. Give a great first impression. Learn somebody's name. Learn what they do for a living. Get to know your peer. Get to know your friend. Get to know your foe. But remember, people sacrifice. They didn't have to go get their dream job and do all these things and leave their family behind. They didn't do that. And you want to thank them for that. Don't lose sight. Don't lose sight on the prize, guys. Keep it going. We're going to be here tomorrow. You guys got me? Because I got you. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. If you think I'm going to stop playing Drake songs.
Party. Where the fuck?